From downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
Well, the countdown is on for the biggest party of the summer. The Ford fireworks are happening tonight. Plus, we're following breaking news from Capitol Hill, where the U.S. Supreme Court has agreed to review President Trump's travel ban, why the decision is impacting people today. Also breaking at this hour, a big day in the Iraqi immigration controversy. What's happening in court that will impact families, not just in our area, but really all across the country. That does top our news at noon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Evrod Kasimi. The emergency hearing started at 10:30 this morning regarding the deportation of Iraqi immigrants. U.S. District Judge Mark Goldsmith is considering a request to expand the 14-day stay on deportations of Detroit area Iraqi immigrants into a nationwide stay. The current stay applies to more than 100 Iraqi nationals arrested here in Metro Detroit earlier this month. Plaintiffs in the lawsuit filed a motion Saturday requesting an emergency hearing after discovering that 85 other Iraqis had been arrested in other parts of the country for immediate deportation. Local 4's Rod Maloney is at that hearing. And Rod, what do we know so far?
Well, what we know is that right now Judge Goldsmith is in trying to decide what he's going to do here. But here is the thing. We want to be very clear that the detainees who were picked up about a month ago now and have been going through this process already have a stay. So they're not worried about going. It's the 85 others in places like Nashville and Los Angeles and the like that are facing similar kinds of deportation that are not covered by the judge's stay. The ACLU is asking them to do that. Let's hear from Michael Steinberg, who is the head of the legal affairs for the ACLU, to get his take on what they did here today.
People's lives are at stake. Tomorrow, the government is planning to send individuals who are in grave danger of persecution, torture, or death back to Iraq. They know that, and they're in a rush to send them back. We're saying, what's the rush? We're seeking a temporary emergency order staying deportation, so they'll just have an opportunity to tell the immigration court about the danger that they face.
Now, the government in this case, which isn't talking outside here after court today, they're saying that the judge doesn't even have jurisdiction in the first case, that it's the immigration court that can decide all of this. And so they're saying that this further moves things forward and becomes problematic. And so we'll have to wait and see what the judge has to say about all of that. We're expecting some kind of ruling in the next 24 hours. Reporting live downtown, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Alrighty, and of course you'll hear it here on Local 4 once a decision is made. We also want to get to breaking news, a lot of it from the United States Supreme Court, starting with a decision to review President Trump's travel ban. The Supreme Court justices today decided that they will hear arguments in October about the legality of the ban on travelers from 6 mostly Muslim countries. Lower courts had ruled against the ban. Today's decision, though, allows the administration to enforce the ban at least until it rules on that case. The court issued several rulings today, including a decision to let a religious school in Missouri apply for a state grant to improve its playground and other non-religious needs. The court also struck down an Arkansas law that forbids the names of same-sex couples on birth certificates of their children. The court also upheld a ruling allowing the San Diego sheriff to place strict limits on issuing permits for concealed weapons. It's the latest in a series of court rulings that permit gun restrictions by cities and states. And the court today said that it will hear a case involving a baker's refusal on religious grounds to make a wedding cake for a same-sex couple. And rumors suggest 80-year-old Justice Anthony Kennedy might soon announce his retirement. If he does retire, it would allow President Trump to nominate another Supreme Court justice and put conservative judges in firm control of the court. Well, switching gears now, the biggest party of the summer is almost here. In fact, it's just a few hours away. Right now, we're just about 8 hours away from the kickoff of the Ford Fireworks Show. And final preparations are being made right now along the Detroit riverfront. Local 4's Brandon Rue has a look at some of those preparations. But first, keeping us posted on tonight's forecast and whether or not we're going to need a jacket or an umbrella. Brandon?
Maybe the first time ever, at least since I've been here, that we can say a sweatshirt or a light jacket is a good idea. But That's about the only concern we have. A little breezy out here, and there are 1 or 2 spotty showers around the area through the afternoon, but overall, the weather down here tonight will be fabulous. And we're right here at Hart Plaza. Crews are out. The folks are getting ready to come on in with their coolers, with their families. It is a family affair. And as we look at temperatures around the area, they're mainly in the 60s. And this is as advertised, exactly where we thought they would be. Upper 60s at Metro Airport in our Metro Zone, Ann Arbor at 67 out west, 68 in Adrian, and 64 up in Pontiac. There are a couple of showers riding right along in south of 696, parts of Oakland and Wayne counties, but you see a little more moisture up to the north. And again, all we expect, as we've seen the last couple of days, some spotty afternoon showers. So for the forecast today, 71 degrees, a little on the breezy side, but the most important part of your forecast is tonight. Those spotty showers between now and maybe 6 or 7 p.m. And then tonight, as the sun goes down, everything calms down. The skies are calm, the winds are calm. We're good to go for an absolutely fabulous fireworks show. Tony Michaels will be joining us in a little bit. There are nuances to this year's show and being downtown, so we'll talk all about what you can expect coming downtown or watching right here on Local 4 coming up.
And we are so excited for tonight's fireworks. Thousands of people are actually going to be downtown for the Ford Fireworks Show, but there are some very important rules for people setting up downtown. Here's our Kim DeGiulio to explain how you can make the most of your night and avoid any headaches along the way.
The downtown area will have upwards of 1 million people in all of our viewing areas.
All downtown parking lots will be available for parking. For $10, you can park in the Millennium Garage, Grand Circus Park, Joe Louis Arena Garage, and the Premier Parking Garage. All surface lots will also be available. To save on space, Detroit Police are encouraging people to carpool down here or even catch a ride from Uber, Lyft, or a taxi.
Especially if you're going to be partaking in any kind of adult beverages that, we encourage people to Uber.
Police are also encouraging people to come down early to avoid any traffic headaches. The lodge will close from I-75 to Griswold at 6 p.m., and the southbound lanes of I-375 from I-75 to the lodge will also close at 6 p.m. All freeways will reopen once the show is finished. Remember to be patient while trying to get out of here. Deputy Chief Renee Hall suggests hanging out for a little bit to avoid all of the traffic backups.
If you have to stop and have a bite to eat before you leave, we encourage you to do that as well.
If you plan on watching the fireworks on Belle Isle, you're going to have to plan ahead. At 2 o'clock, they're going to open the island for the first 3,000 vehicles. After that, the island will be closed, so make sure you get here early. Reporting in Detroit, I'm Kim DeGiulio, Local 4.
Very good advice. And for all the festivities, be sure to join us tonight at 8 o'clock right here on Local 4. We're also going to be live streaming the entire show, the fireworks, on our website. Just go to clickondetroit.com for that. In other news, a Detroit man and the mother of a 6-month-old boy who was killed in a hit-and-run crash. They were both back in court today. The mother, Latoya Powells, and the driver of the vehicle, 31-year-old DeAndre Cody, both face a long list of charges. Today, Cody waived his right for a preliminary exam. Powell's hearing will continue this afternoon. And 5 years ago, 23 people here in Michigan and 76 across the country died after receiving tainted steroid shots in one of the worst pharmaceutical disasters in U.S. history. Federal prosecutors say Barry Caden is the man responsible. He was convicted in March of wire fraud and racketeering. Prosecutors are trying to get 35 years in prison. He'll be sentenced sometime this afternoon. Well, after months of fighting controversy about those exploding airbags, Japanese company Takata has filed for bankruptcy. Takata has been in the news over the past year after the company's faulty airbag inflators caused 11 deaths in the U.S. alone. With debts estimated at more than $9 billion, the company announced that it was filing for bankruptcy. Key Safety Systems in Chinese company based in Michigan will pay $1.6 billion to take over Takata. All right, so to come here on Local 4 News at noon, making moves. Governor Snyder announces his plan to help parts of mid-Michigan hit hard by storms and flooding. Plus, a new state law in Texas stirring up a lot of protests. We'll tell you why these people are so angry when we come back.
Hi, this is
Welcome back as we continue to follow breaking news from right here in Detroit, where a federal judge is considering whether to put a temporary national halt on the deportation of Iraqi nationals. U.S. District Judge Mark Goldsmith is considering a request to expand his 14-day stay on deportations of Detroit area Iraqi immigrants into a nationwide stay. The current stay applies to more than 100 Iraqi nationals who were arrested in Metro Detroit earlier this month. Plaintiffs in the lawsuit filed a motion on Saturday requesting an emergency hearing after discovering that 85 other Iraqis have been arrested. A federal court down in San Antonio, Texas now hearing arguments today on a new state law that's stirring up a lot of protest. Texas state law SB 4 challenges the concept of sanctuary cities. It requires local police to enforce federal immigration directives and ask people about their immigration status during traffic stops. The so-called Show Me Your Papers law is being challenged by several major cities down in Texas. And last week, the new Republican health care bill was unveiled to the Senate, and now many are fearing that it won't have the votes to pass. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell can only lose 2 Republican senators or else the bill fails. Right now, 5 Republicans lean towards no. With so much doubt surrounding the vote now, many are now asking for it to be delayed.
There's no way we should be voting on this next week. No way.
It's hard for me to see the bill passing this week.
The new bill would eliminate the requirement to buy insurance and severely cut Medicaid. A vote could happen as soon as this week. Michigan Governor Rick Snyder says that he's going to ask for federal relief to areas of mid-Michigan hit hard by storms and flooding last week. The rains brought damage to homes and businesses, as well as a home in Isabella, Midland, Saginaw, and Bay counties. Governor Snyder toured some of the damaged areas this morning and said while local agencies are helping, talks have started about federal assistance.
And we're on a very tight timeline to do preliminary damage assessments. We've already started discussions with FEMA. We were in touch with them as soon as it started. We have a FEMA liaison on site, and we'll be working towards that process.
The governor admits it might take time to get a presidential declaration that would send federal aid to the area, but work will continue to assist all who are facing flood damage. And new information today in the shooting death of Philando Castile at the hands of a police officer in Minnesota. Castile's mother has reached a $3 million settlement with the city of San Antonio, Minnesota. Now, Castile, as you remember and have recently seen this video, was shot and killed during a traffic stop after he told the officer he had a gun for which he did have a permit. The officer was found not guilty of manslaughter. The settlement avoids a wrongful death lawsuit in this case. All right, still to come here on Local 4 News at noon. We're talking about the fireworks forecast as all eyes are going to be on the skies tonight. Will the weather cooperate? Brandon has that answer coming up in your full forecast. Also, following some preparations, Brandon, for the big show tonight.
Everything that's new with the fireworks this year, plus it wouldn't be fireworks without the Ford Motor Company, and they have their footprint all over downtown. The options of things you can do while you're down here this afternoon and this evening, it's all straight ahead.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are talking about the biggest party of the summer. It's almost here, in fact. And right now, we're just about 8 hours away or so from the kickoff of the Ford Fireworks Show. And final preparations being made right now, in fact, right along the Detroit riverfront. And that's where we find our very own Brandon Rue with a look at all of that. But first, keeping us posted on tonight's forecast for the first time that I can remember, at least, in the past 4 years, having to bring a jacket down to the fireworks. Is that for real?
It's a great idea. I mean, a light jacket or a sweatshirt, but it's so much easier to sort of warm yourself up than in years past where you're finding ways to try to cool down with all the water and the shade. Not having that problem this year, so bring the family on down and enjoy some great stuff. They're getting ready behind me here in Hart Plaza, and we'll share all of that with you coming up. Right now, let's get through the forecast and let you know what's happening. We have temperature of about 68 outside right now, but your Ford fireworks tonight, mainly in the 60s, from upper 60s before everything gets going, falling down into the lower 60s and perhaps upper 50s, which isn't bad at all, but all things being relative, your body being used to summer-like temperatures you'll probably enjoy a nice little sweatshirt. Again, temperature is 68 degrees. Those winds are 14, gusting a little stronger from time to time. And I know those fireworks folks don't appreciate the wind, but we're not worried at all. It's going to start relaxing later on this evening. Westland, Livonia area, a little light shower moving through. These things are motoring through and not much. Look how speckled and freckled they are over the area. Bulk of the activity way up north. So our north zone again will get the lion's share of these afternoon, early evening showers. Mainly for us, just clouds coming and going, a little breezy, 71, a little spit and drizzle, but that's about it. So if you're packing up and planning everything, maybe an umbrella, but some sweatshirts for the kids, a great idea. And again, watch the model here. Really doesn't call for much through the afternoon hours. There's activity around, but not much happening right here downtown. There's 10:30. Fireworks get off without a hitch, and again, I think the winds really start to calm down. Tomorrow will be 73, fewer rain chances, lighter winds. I think Wednesday will be the pick day of the week with 80 degrees, starting to warm up again toward the end of the week. Back out here live, I'm with a couple of guys working overtime, and let's start with Tony Michaels of the Parade Company. Tony, good afternoon.
Good afternoon on this Ford Fireworks Monday.
Are you able to comprehend this kind of weather? It's so comfortable.
It is great.
Yeah.
It's great. And I'll tell you, the chill is kind of nice for once.
It is.
It really is. And we're just so excited to be able to put this on and do all these great things. And to have Ford Motor Company with us as a title sponsor is beyond special. It really is.
You're holding out a couple of secrets until the big show tonight. What can you tell us about tonight?
I can tell you, you're going to see a fabulous show. Get your seatbelt on very early. It's going to take off. And you're going to see a new special technique with some letters in the sky. And the integrity of those letters is world class.
And you guys with the music and everything have put so much time and energy into this.
It's all choreographed to the music, and there's something for everybody in the show. There really is. But get your seatbelt. It's a fast-paced show tonight.
And we're thinking starting time is roughly?
The national anthem about 9:45-ish, 9:55. The show takes off, and it's a 25-minute show, and just get ready. And we can't thank Ford enough, and I know Sean is here. And
well, both you guys really this wouldn't happen without these two gentlemen here, and it wouldn't be the fireworks without Ford and the Ford Motor Company Fund and Community Service. Sean Wilson is here, and you guys have a huge footprint downtown today.
Absolutely. I mean, look, this is our favorite time of year to partner with the Parade Company and really bring the community together. You know, what I love about the fireworks is hearing all the stories of people who have come down over the last 40, 50 years. You know, you hear people talk about sitting on their dad's shoulders, and now their son or their daughter sits on their shoulders. And so that's what this is really all about, bringing diverse communities together, celebrating what makes America great. So to do that, we're allowing the first 250 cars on Belle Isle free, courtesy of Ford Motor Company. We got a bomber flyover scheduled about 7:30-ish. And then right here in Hartz Plaza, we're going to do a pop-up concert for a couple hours. So, you know, this is just going to be a fantastic day. Great weather.
Yes.
Great weather.
Here.
Jean jacket weather, right? And so hopefully everyone comes on down.
All right, Sean, Tony, guys, thanks so much. Good luck tonight, and I will be part of the Ford Veterans Party at the Port Authority. It's going to be a blast tonight honoring our veterans here around Michigan. So, Evrod, lots going on, and again, maybe a shower or two before everything gets going, but we expect great weather tonight.
Great weather, a lot of great music, Detroit duets, Devin Skillian, myself, and a number of other people partnering together tonight to make this show awesome. Great performances as well. Still to come, unbelievable election. When humans weren't making the cut, man's best friend was called in. We'll tell you the important job a dog now has when we come back.